What's happening? Yorkshire the record jerk back in your face. Yo, not too long ago, I just pulled like this mega haul of epic proportions, like hot killer shit. Wild international hardcore records that I just like never thought I'd even get a chance to grab a hold of. I'm super pumped on it, and I'm psyched to share it with you. But first up, I gotta send a big fucking thank you and shout out to my homie Troy Borman. You can check him out over at the TB Vinyl channel. I recommend you do so. He's pretty new to making vinyl videos. He's doing a cool job. He's got real good taste. And he was actually kind enough to throw down some cash and check out some of my music, which I super appreciate. You guys have probably heard me talk about my shit before. I'm gonna link Troy's video below, and he plays a short clip of like 3 of my different bands from over the years. So if you wonder what my shit sounds like, you can check him out over there. He also shows a ton of other cool shit, man. Real good dude, check it out. TB Vinyl channel. I also noticed my good friend Rob Filardo subscribed to me the other day, man. Rob, if you're watching, what's up, dude? Much love to you, man. He's got a red YouTube channel called Rob Filardo's Video Archive. I'll link that shit in the comments too, man. He's got a ton of really cool like archival videos up on his channel of like tons of awesome bands, a lot of local shit from where I grew up, Rochester, New York, but also different bands that came through there and shit. Rob Filardo, one of the most important people in Rochester music history, man. Much love to you. And with all that being said, man, I gotta show you some of this bullshit. It's one of my craziest fucking hauls in like years. Like, no shit. Fucking top tier, international, early 80s hardcore punk rock shit. Like the fucking rare singles and shit that never pop up or are always like out of my price range. But not this time. Huge fucking thanks to Johnny. I'm so happy you reached out to me, man. I'm fucking stoked on this whole shit. It's cool to fucking talk to you anyway. Pumped on the records. And so let me get into this bullshit because like there's a ton of shit. And a lot of these are huge records, man, and they deserve like me babbling on about them for like 5 minutes each, dude. But there's a bunch of them. So I'm gonna try to go kind of quick so this video's not like 100 years long. But for real, if you're into or interested in learning about some sick hardcore from all over the world, we got records from bands today from like 12 different countries. This is some real punk rock shit right here, man. Strap in, let's fucking do it. So I'm gonna lay these out in a somewhat loosely chronological order of when they came out. So the earliest record in this haul, which just happens to be a fucking monster, a record I've been wanting for fucking years, a record that's been on my want list pretty much ever since I had a want list, and it's one I just never thought I was actually gonna get a copy of, man. A monster of Italian punk rock. Cheetah Chrome motherfuckers. This came out in 1981. This is typically referred to as the 400 Fascist record. Cheetah Chrome motherfuckers. One of the finest band names in all punk rock, I must say. And holy shit, this is some raw, dirty fucking snarling punk rock shit, man. A wild, deranged caveman of a fucking singer, man. One of the earliest Italian hardcore punk singles. 45 RPM, mono, cause it's cheaper. This is the original pressing on Sessafania Records. And holy shit, it is the fucking nicest copy I've ever seen. I've only seen like a physical copy of this like twice in my life. And the sleeves on both of those were all fucking gnarly, man. This is fucking crisp and beautiful. Incredible. And the story behind this haul is, man, real cool dude reached out to me randomly. And we got to talking. He was a member of some pretty like killer UK hardcore bands. And he mentioned that he was a big record collector back in the day, like in the 80s. And kind of got out of it for a while. It's kind of getting back into it. And he just pulled a ton of records that's been in storage since like the end of the 80s or so. Incredibly well preserved and well taken care of. Sick, sweet, hardcore punk. So fucking pumped on it. So Cheetah Chrome motherfuckers, number 1. Also, originally released in 1981, coming out of Sweden, the fucking Head Cleaners Disinfection EP. Crazy. This is actually a third pressing, came out in 1982. The cover of each pressing was a different color, I'm pretty sure, so they should be easy to tell apart which pressing, unless there's some shite bootleg coming around. Came out on Milan Massacre Records. out of Sweden, like I said. Distributed in England by Eccentric Noise. Head Cleaners, aka Huvudvet or something like that. Huvudvet? Huvudvet? I don't know. Head Cleaners. Like, this is like the English translation of their Swedish name. That's what I'm trying to say, but whatever. They've got out releases under each name. White labels, cool insert, fucking sick listing of hardcore cassettes. Milan Massacre was fucking sick. Also put out stuff by Anti-Cimex, fucking shit liquors and stuff. And this record's fucking great, dude. Real catchy tunes with a fucking pretty gravelly voiced punk singer. It works fucking great. Love it. Moving over to the United States, Seattle, I believe, 1982. We got the Rejectors' Thoughts of War 7-inch. Straight up, pure, early 80s hardcore. On Farts Records. It's the only record on Farts Records that wasn't by the Farts, I think. Coincidentally, the only record on Farts Records that I was missing. But no longer! This band ended up doing a split LP with The Accused, the first Accused record, and it's beautiful. Moving back to the Head Cleaners with their 1983 The Infection Grows EP. As I mentioned, they're a Swedish band. This one actually came out on Eccentric Noise out of the UK. Got that puss head artwork. This one's a little faster and a little tighter than the first one I showed, but that first one's so damn catchy. I might like that one a little better still. But this fucking shit rules too. Loving the Eccentric Noise fucking mail order forms, dude. Got like 4 comp tapes for sale, couple records, cool skeletons by the lyrics. What's not to like? The Infection Grows. Back to the US for a couple 1983 rippers. Here we have the Angry Red Planet EP out of Detroit, Michigan, I believe. Too much knowledge can be dangerous. This is a really good record. Really more punk rock than hardcore, but pushing to the hardcore shit at times. Angry Red Records. Stunning condition. This is a really good one. From the wilds of Connecticut, Reflex from Pain. This is the Black and White EP, also from 1983. Death Threat Records. It's so fresh and so clean. It's fast-paced, pretty straightforward, US hardcore. I think that homie Ray from Youth of Today used to be in this band, but he don't appear to be on this one. Quality hardcore punk shit, though. Let's move it over to France. In 1983 on Chaos Productions, Kidnap released the Il Faudra Bien Quanjar Tout Change. What? They released this one. I really dig this band, man. I first got into them. They're on that Welcome to 1984 compilation with the tune No SS. That was easily one of the greatest songs on that comp. A comp that is full of great songs. And I don't know that any of the tunes on here are quite as perfect as No SS from that comp. But there's some really good ones. Not a letdown at all. Chaos Productions was a cool label. They put out some of the Chaos and Friends comps back in the day. A bunch of cool shit. Got a guy on a horse for their logo, which I was not expecting. It's Chaos Horse. It's like some fucking great oi-influenced street punk kind of shit, man. One of my top French groups. Let's hop a train over to Spain and check in on Oxpow. Possibly OXPow. Because I think they got some periods in between them, but I always just called them Oxpow. I'm always wrong! 1983, Dos Rombos Discos. They play some catchy, shot-along Spanish punk rock shit, dude. Great single. It's on some crazy translucent, streaked, reddish color. Kinda rare for 1983 underground punk shit. Esperando en la calle, right? Highly enjoyable jams. Yo, let's skip continents and head down to South America. The Monsters from Brazil. Ojo Seco. Botas, fuzis, capacetas. Nada, nada, nada. This shit rules, man. Fucking blunt, powerful, discharge influenced hardcore punk from Brazil. It's on the Punk Rock Discos label, which also did like the early Redos de Poro, shit like that. This is another one of those ones that I just thought I would never have a real copy of, man. But here it is, and it's so cool. It's an incredibly clean and beautiful copy, man. Like I said, man, I could ramble on about a lot of these bands and these specific records for a long time on how fucking crushing and groundbreaking and cool as shit each of these ones are. Because there's a lot of like huge bangers. I probably should have broken it down and only done like 10 at a time so I could have like properly worshipped at the fucking throne of some of these bands. But I'm already committed to doing it this way, so we're gonna keep going. Yo, rest assured though, man, I'll have links for everything I can in the fucking comments, so you can just click on if any of these sound interesting. Click their fucking link and check it out, dude. Cause it is interesting. It's fucking sick shit. So that one was from 1983, man. In 1984, Ojo Seco gave us this one. This time on the German Pogar label. Pogar did lots of cool shit, man. Fucking Verukers put out a record on there. Vorkriegsjugend, fucking Melon Heads and shit, right? This is a fucking self-titled 1984 EP by Ojo Seco. A-side is studio, the B-side is live. Live recording is obviously somewhat rough, but still listenable. Fucking 2 songs on the A-side are fucking monsters. Dude's looking super punk on the cover. Killer. This shit's crazy. So like getting any one of these fucking records would be like a good day for Yorkshire, you know? But to have this fucking fat stack of high quality shit is just incredible. Anyway, I did have to I sold off a bunch of shit to try and raise money and grab this. Well worth the fucking trade. Cause then since I was in selling mode, I sold off some extra shit and just got some extra money for the fucking house and shit too, which is good. Anyway, continuing on. Still in 1984. I think 1984 is the year I got the most shit from in this haul. Tons of killer 84 records. You ready? That's when I was 4 years old in 84. So there I was, being a 4-year-old, when fucking Final Warning is out in Portland putting this shit out. On Fatal Erection Records, no less. You know Fatal Erection Records, dude? That's Pig Champions label. Poison idea, right? This fucking record kills, man. Final Warning. Probably not the only band named that, but this is the Portland one that put this out in 1984. This record's pretty awesome, man. I kind of love it. It's like very slightly metallic at times, like a real fucking heavy Discharge influence, but with some of that US hardcore flavor. It's pretty awesome. So boys, fucking Fatal Erection, man. Is that a good way to go or a bad way to go? I don't know. Skipping down to old San Francisco. Condemned to Death. Self-titled EP 1984. R Radical Records. You know R Radical, right? They did DRI, MDC, BGK, and C2D right here. Condemned to Death, brotherfuckers. It's a wonderful hardcore record. Think I like it a little better than their LP. The LP I also like. Check that shit out. Dedication to the cause. Here's the singer singing at one of their... Wait, what? No, that's not the singer. Vet Rats Rule. Dig it. Boom. Dismember me. Dismember me. Alright, good job, Frisco. But now we're gonna move it a little closer to my neck of the woods. At least the motherland, right? This is the fucking Catatonics out of Syracuse, New York. Their Hunted Down record. Anorexic Nympho Music, 1984. This shit is fucking rad. I think this cover is hilarious in a good way. I love all the fucking early 80s inserts. This fucking picture, you can barely tell what's going on, right? I mean, you can tell what's going on, but I love that aesthetic. Cool as fuck. This record fucking rules too, dude. It's like real fast. It's like fucking early fucking crossover almost. Still more hardcore than pure crossover, but it's like one of the first bands pushing in that direction, you know? Comparable with fucking like early COC, early DRI, man. Fucking a little fucking void in there, right? This shit rules. And this dude Belvy on the drums, man. Like I said, Syracuse ain't too far away from where I came up. In the 90s when I was playing with like my teenage punk band called The Dents, this dude Belvy was still out in Syracuse, and he had a band at the time called Libertine. It's kind of more of a fucking Johnny Thunders rock and roll kind of punk shit. And he was the front man for that. But so we got to play with them. I got to talk with him for a little bit. He told us he used to be in 7 Seconds, right? He played on like the hardcore songs on the New Wind album, not the more new windy songs on the New Wind album. I think he was like in UK Subs for a little bit, but man, he never fucking mentioned Catatonics to us. This shit rules. Much love to Belvy wherever he's at. Cool dude. This shit rules though, man. And anyway, in the last couple years, somebody reissued this on LP with like some extra shit too. Worth tracking down if you're into that kind of shit. Alright, let's head over to Germany with Blut and Eisen, which I think is blood and iron. But I don't know what Fleischrock means. I can't tell exactly what is on this cover. It looks pretty gnarly. Seems to be some bones and guts and shit. This came out on the great German label Weird System, 1984. 2 tracks, fast hardcore punk. Dig it. Also out of Germany in 1984, The Maniacs. Salute the survivors. Pretty cool death drawing on the front. Another horse. Today just might be our highest horse count of any episode. That's pretty special. You got the guys in the back in order of least hair to most hair, which is nice to have it orderly like that. This record's on Pogar. It's the same label that put out that second Ojo Seco record I showed you. Little tiny lyric insert. It's just a flimsy-ass paper copy cover, man, from 1984 in such beautiful condition. I'm loving this haul. On this record, Maniacs play fast hardcore punk, bit of a UK 82 influence. Some of their later records took more of a GBH direction as they went on, which, like, I also love because GBH is one of my favorites and these guys do it well. But on this one, it's kind of faster hardcore shit than that with just some of the UK 82 influence. Cool band. Heading over to the Netherlands for the self-titled EP by No Pigs. Nasum Records, 1984. Great Dutch hardcore, huge insert, or an incredible poster. Look at this guy. Holy shit. Love it. These guys did tours with like RKL and MDC, and this record's great. I think they did one other 12-inch record that I haven't really heard, but will buy if I ever see it. Cause this one's a fucking beauty. Dig it. Look at the singer's name is Smog. I actually like all of their names. Beauty. Alright, these next two are out of Sweden and they are both absolute fucking monsters. Another record I never thought I would have in my whole life, the fucking Mob 47 EP. Their first record, 1984 Rouge Records. Fucking Garantered Mangle. White labels. Once again, in fucking incredibly well-preserved condition, cover and vinyl. Fucking super fast, raw, Swedish D-beat shit, man. Look at the drummer's even wearing a Discharge shirt. Surely one of the most important bands in Swedish hardcore. Fucking killer. Another fucking Swedish monster from 1984. Avs Comes Crucified by the System. A self-released Swedish DB hardcore fucking killer. Powerful wailing fucking vocals, man. This shit rules. Looks like they had to doctor that C in the middle a little bit. Not sure if they wrote that on or some previous owner, but whoever did it had beautiful penmanship. 6 fucking crushing tracks. Fucking awesome insert. Dude's fucking super spiky hair. These dudes are badass. Homie's got a fucking anarchy sign in his name. I did get to see and play a show with these guys once at a fucking house party in Rochester, New York. Probably in the earlier mid-2000s. It was fucking awesome. Really cool band. Still in 1984, this time over in England. Split 7-inch, The Famous Imposters, and The Dead. Scrub Records. This is a great record, a little different from the rest of the haul. Both these bands play fucking real dark, kind of gothy, post-punky punk rock shit. You know, but with like the real fucking punk edge, you know. You know, they could fit in with like the Mob or fucking Hex or Vex, man. The Dad also has a Mob feel with maybe a little Southern Death Call, you know, early Cure kind of shit. Both bands are great. Real cool dark shit. We've not yet visited Canada on this episode, and you know I got a soft spot for some unheralded Canadian punk shit, so let's go visit Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and Down Syndrome. Down Syndrome give us like a mix of fucking more mid-tempo punky shit, and then some like faster hardcore kind of ones. Black Sun Records, it's a fucking good one. Nice photo collage, gotta love a photo collage. And if you're wondering about the name, check this out. Printed right inside, we get a little explanation of the name. We're not called Down Syndrome because of a man named Down who founded the genetic disorder. If that were the case, we'd be called Down Syndrome. Rather, the meaning of our name is derived from the direct definitions of the words in reference to humanity's condition. Down, to lower or worse a condition. Syndrome, a group of signs and symptoms that occur together and characterize a particular abnormality. They were also kind enough to give us a breakdown of what this whole thing costed to make, from the studio to the pressing and printing. I got a second pressing here, as you'll see. So for the whole fucking process from start to finish, $4,850. Canadian, presumably. Yeah, this big fucking fold out. It's a fucking good one, man. Intelligent lyrics, enjoyable record. Also out of Canada, this time Montreal, Unruled. This is another record I've been wanting a real long time. Awesome to finally have a copy. This is self-released by the band. Looking cool. This is like some Canadian hardcore shit, but with a pretty fucking clear British punk influence. Time is running out. This is like pretty super awesome. Probably deserves more attention than it gets, man. Unruled. Next up, we got UBR from Slovenia, man. It's the Corpus Delicti EP. Though the band Slovenian, this record came out on the Italian Attack Punk Records. Red vinyl, 1984. Relentless hardcore punk with a super cool fucking cover. You know, it's like a little booklet here. And the inner sleeve there is like built right into the booklet. Lots of lyrics and artwork. I'm pretty fond of this skeleton's face. Just awesome. It's another one I've never seen in person before, you know? It's so cool. Get down with some fucking Slovenian hardcore shit. Look at this. He crossed off peace and love and wrote piss and law instead. Damn. Is this reality? God damn, this next one is a fucking mind blower. Another one that's been on my fucking want list for as long as I've had a want list. Holy shit. Out of Japan in 1984. This is the Confused Nuclear Addicts Flexi. Violent Party EP number 2. Oh man, I really dig this band. I had the shirt of this fucking cover for like years. It eventually died a gnarly death, but I love this image. Love the band name. Fucking love everything about these guys. This is on a red flexi disc. Nothing printed on it. In such nice condition, man. The Japanese flexis, just tough to come across in a nice shape sometimes. So fucking flimsy. So much spiky hair. I love it. Confused play fucking noisy, messy hardcore shit, man. They're like the fucking Japanese Chaos UK or Disorder or something. In the Maximum Rock and Roll review that came out at the time this was released, Pusshead did the review. He called this record a lethal brain bomb. It's a fucking lethal brain bomb. So check that shit out if you're interested in getting one of those in your ear. So cool to have a real copy of this shit. Had these songs forever on bootlegs and shit, but real copy, man, it just makes me all giddy inside. Hey, let's stick with Confused as we roll into 1985. Contempt for the Authority and Take Off the Lie. Whoa. This one's on their own Confused Records. And this one's like an actual 7-inch instead of the Flexi. Continuing the insanity of Confused quite nicely. This has one of my favorite fucking tunes by Confused fucking lovers. The fucking wild vocalist, man. That whole shit rules. Pretty gnarly. Anyway, let's bonk back over to Germany. The Hostages Ayatollah fucking self-titled EP. 1985 on the Wesser label. Look at that. This is the second pressing, green cover. Another big, beautiful insert. It's fast melodic hardcore punk. Great vocals, really nice choruses. Cool record. Let's go back to Italy and check in on our friends, the Cheetah Chrome motherfuckers. We started off with their first single. Here's their second from 4 years later. Furious Party, Belfagor Records. Big, giant, fold-out cover. Oh, huge fucking collage. Look at these motherfuckers. This one's got a little bit less of that primitive caveman vibe that the first one had. It's fucking furious, killer, fucking hardcore punk shit. Twisted ass, crazy vocals. It's fucking awesome. Dig it, dig it. Checking back in with our friends to the north, out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Beyond Possession, Telltale Heart. 1985, Rooter Records. Another one I've been looking for a long time. Fucking excellent mid-80s skate thrash, man. Like punk rock thrash, not thrash metal, right? Because this is like not as crossover as their LP is, which is also awesome. But this one's definitely more on the straight up hardcore end of that shit. It's a good one. Back over to the United Kingdom. We've got the Anti-System Split with Morbid Humor. 1985 Reconciliation Records. A really great release. It's kind of hard to find. Anti-System gives us 2 fucking killer songs of some fast, pissed off UK anarcho-punk. And Morbid Humor has more of like a gothy, death rocky punk kind of vibe. Pretty awesome. Sticking around in the same general area, here's a super cool 1985 anarcho-punk compilation, Relying on Us. Look at this fucking creature. Holy shit. Pretty great lineup of bands on here, man. I like this band Stone the Crows a lot, man. They got a comp LP that came out. They collect some shit from their tapes or something that's worth tracking down. But they're cool anarcho-punk kind of shit. They got members that went on to be an Axe Grinder and Disgust and shit like that. HDQ fucking rules. One or two of the guys from that went on to form Leatherface. Side 2 Oi Polloi. Man, Oi Polloi fucking rules. Rules. Oi Polloi's great. Criminal Justice Depraved, man. Only good shit here. Just 2 floppy pieces of fucking paper for the covers. Ooh. Damn, you still with me? Take a second for hydration. What about this thing, man? You know about this thing? Getting shit for growing up. This is a split release, 2 bands, Mission Impossible and Lunch Meat. It's also a split label release, man. It's fucking Discord Records number 17 and a half and Sandwich Records number 1. Discord, I hope you know. You know, Modern Threat, SOA, Youth Brigade, yeah. Sandwich Records was interesting as well. They went on to release shit by Swizz, Soulside, Shudder to Think and shit like that. But this is the first one and it's definitely more in line with the early 80s hardcore shit. And this is a second pressing of this record from 1986. It originally came out in 1985, and it had a totally different cover. I think it just said, like, thanks on the front. Lunch Meat plays pretty decent mid-80s hardcore. You can kind of hear Revolution Summer starting to pop up in it a little bit. Red insert. Mission Impossible sticks more in line with, like, your straight-up 80s hardcore shit. If you can see here, possibly notable to some by that young drummer boy there. I'm pretty sure Mission Impossible was Dave Grohl's first band. Possibly the first record he was on, if you give a shit about that. I listen to Mission Impossible over Foo Fighters any day of the week, though, I tell you that much. Ayo. Pretty cool, though, man. I love the early fucking DC area fucking scene, man. Fantastic. Ain't nobody deserved to get some shit for growing up, but Lord knows they do. Back over to Japan, out of Osaka, S.O.B. Leave me alone. Just look at the fucking cover. You know it's awesome already, right? Of course it's awesome. Look at that shit. On the legendary Selfish Records. Also put out shit by fucking like Deathside and Gauze and Lip Cream, like all the shit. SOB play really fast, man. Not as fast as they would get on this one, which to me is almost a bonus, because they're pretty fucking perfect right here. I guess I should point this out. This fucking amazing drawing here from the insert of this record was part of the inspiration for the cover of one of my band's records. This is the War Squad 7-inch. Suppose you can see we've got some similarities there. Inspiration. Awesome to have a real copy. This early SOB shit rules, man. I had a bootleg record for fucking years that has this and the Don't Be Swindle fucking 12-inch on it that I listened to 1,000,000 times. So it's so fucking cool to get a real fucking original copy of it. Love it. Another Japanese release, this one from 1987. Gudan with Howling Communication. Another one on Selfish Records. Gnarly. I really dig this band. Coming at you like a fucking sledgehammer to the face. They got a song called Egger. Their vocalist is named Happy Man, but he don't sound happy when he's fucking singing in this group, dude. But the bass player does sound like a guy. So cool. You know, and I should repeat for like people that are not into finding like fucking old 7-inches. Most of this stuff has been compiled onto compilation LPs or fucking at least bootleg ones if there isn't official ones. A lot of it you can find fucking somewhere on the internet to listen to, so it's worth looking into even if you don't collect 7-inches, man. Cool shit. Alright, getting near the end, man. One more Japanese record, Griffin with the Phantom of the Shocker. This thing's 1988. Can't really find a record label for it. Look at the dudes, though. What do you think they sound like? If you said Total Earth AD period Misfits Worship, you're right. It's wonderful. These are the kinds of things I need in my life. Look at this scornful creature. Griffin, man, dig it. I heard that eventually Griffin turned into kind of like an Oi kind of band, but like I said, man, it's like Total Earth AD on this 7-inch, man. Cool shit. Alright, I have no idea how long this is. So let's like wrap it up with my 2 last ones, both by the same band, both out of England. 1989, Heresy unleashes Whose Generation, which according to this note is their best record. In Your Face Records. 4 fucking fast blasts of hard-hitting hardcore punk shit, man. At times, like, really fucking fast. You know, like the next step up from fucking Siege and DRI and that shit. Heresy fucking rules, man. And members of Concrete Socks, Ripcord in here. Bunch of other cool bands they went on to. Can't Decide. Worth checking out. More fucking fun than being flogged in the face with barbed wire. Dig it. Believe it. Good shit, man. Real fucking intense hardcore shit. And on that same note, here's the Heresy Live at Leeds 7-inch. As noted here, this is 3 live tracks from their farewell gig December 88. SNFU also played. Not a bad live recording at all on here. This one's single-sided and etched. Kinda hard to show off the etching with the fucking reflection and shit, but it's got a cool etching of each band member. Yo, I gotta cut myself off here. We just blasted through like 396 records. Certainly one of the finest fucking hauls of my life. So many fucking top shelf, fucking high quality, fucking killer fucking hardcore singles. I'm still in shock. Huge, gigantic thanks to Johnny. Thanks to all you turkeys for sticking around and checking it out. Until next time.